Okay, mentioned I'd show you an example of the GMB Everywhere audit that we do. And this provides us with all of the GMB information. Now, if you're doing affiliate sites, obviously you don't need this part. But if you're doing local with GMBs, this is really, really powerful. And we put in even more than this into publishing in our yaks because it is so powerful. I mean, once in a subsequent video, I'm going to show you our diagram on how we build yaks, and this diagram combined with the way we gather this content and what kind of content we gather and publish is super powerful. And normally it'll push anything except the most competitive niches. It'll push a page onto the front page most of the time to the top, especially for medium and sort of easy stuff. But and we've never, well, I won't say never. Most of the time, even in the super competitive national stuff, we can push a site from not even in the top 100 pages to the third page. That's usually where we wind up after a couple of weeks after we've run all this. So it's really powerful, and that's why I want to show you some examples of it, why we do it, how we do it, and how it's being used. So, and GMB Everywhere is a $5 a month uh, Chrome extension, so it's really not a big deal, and it helps us a lot. So this is actually okay. This part you can see the latitude, longitude, the categories for the GMB, the place ID, the knowledge panel, SID number, business profile number. We publish all that because Google loves to see it. And the more you spread this information across the internet, the better it is for your GMB listing. So we'll do a review list display link. We grab that, it gets published, and it also goes into schema. Uh, a review request link, the same, knowledge panel link, GMB post URLs, questions and answer URLs, product URLs, service URLs, other GMBs at the same address. That's another good signal that is very obscure and nobody uses it, but it's so easy for us to collect with the GMB everywhere extension that we do use it. GMBs with the same website domain. Um, you could take a look at those. I'll give you this example and you can take a look at this stuff. And here's the GMB link with SID, CID, and then more information. Website cache for this website, content that's indexed by Google. I mean, this is Google loves their own stuff, so we just give them as much of it as as they can take, as much as we can find. So, content indexed by Google last month, last week, last 6 months. Analyze the website traffic from Neil Patel. Mobile friendliness. That's a Google test itself. Google loves itself, so we continue to feed it. And I mean, this is all really done with one click, and then we paste it in here. So, structured data analyzer here. This all of this from here up comes from GMB Everywhere, and it's very easy to use, and that's why we use it. Now we're to the manual place here, and this will go into a Google Doc format because that's an HTML format, and then we can publish it straight into Yaks. And all of the links go into a spreadsheet so that we can use them in the schema, in the same as, knows about, mentions, schema, and all that good stuff. So now the rest of this stuff is manual. We collect this manual. It takes some time, but it's really, really worth it. So this is the GMB Everywhere and Google database information. I'll show this to you. So you can see we have it posted in a Google Doc so that it's HTML format. All we did was go to the GMB and copy all of this stuff right here. And there's our GMB everywhere stuff again in a format, HTML format, so that we can publish it. And we just grab all this information. So all of that is associated with this information from Google's database. All this is a GMB listing pop up that we have copied this information from. Let me get back to it. Yeah, right here. So, and you can see what's in here by looking at this. So there you go. All we did was come here and we grab this, and it makes things, really quick. We don't worry about formatting. It's got formatting in it, and Yax accepts that formatting. So we just leave it the way it is, and we'll put this into Yax, but all of these links will also go into a spreadsheet so that they are inside the schema. Wikipedia information. So let me show you this. We grabbed this information, and I mentioned it in the previous video. We just went to Wikipedia and typed in Panama City Beach, Florida, and we copied the page. That's it, and pasted it in here. We're going to publish this just like you see it in the Yak stacks. So it's all about association at this point, geographic association and entity association. So, and I'll show you in another video. I'll show an example of our stacks, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They are huge, huge stacks with tons of iframes, which you'll understand why in a minute. Just want to make sure that I get you enough information so that you know what's going on. So we had, okay, the geolocation I showed you just before this, and now boat tour. This is the entity. This is the main entity of this particular project's focus that we want to rank for. So we just went to Wikipedia and typed in the entity and grabbed the content on the page. We come back and post it in here, and then we list the link in here because we save things in different formats, like I said before, because we use them in different ways. So here's the social profile for that. And not only do we have the naked link to the social profile, we take the time to put that into an iframe because we're going to publish that also on the Yak stacks. We publish this iframe on the Yak stacks because why? It's an embed. It's association. It really turns out to be a very powerful citation. And then here's the NAP information. Of course, we're going to publish that on our Yaks. And here's the homepage of the website, and then an iframe of the homepage that we also publish in Yaks. Service area maps, this didn't get in here for some reason on this one, and I'm not sure why, but service area maps would be, we would go to the GMB, look at the map, and get that embed code and put it here. Not sure why it's not in this one. The GBP in Google Maps, okay, this is supposed to be a naked link. I'm showing you a bad example because my people failed on this one. But this should be a naked link here, and then we go ahead and put it in an iframe because we're going to publish that on our Yak stacks too. The main image on the GBP or GMB, that's their main image. So we go grab this link and we put it here, and then we put it in an iframe. Why? Because we're going to publish it in Yaks. This is association. It's a game of association. And so here are links to every review for this project. Okay, that's just one project. We put these naked links in the schema, and we also iframe them, put them in an iframe because, or we don't put them in an iframe. Google gives us that. Just go back to it. Uh, Share review and get the embed code, copy to HTML. That's how we do it. So, and we publish all these iframes for every review on the Yak stack. It's just, again, association. Secondary URLs in the web result. Let me go back and show you what that is so you'll understand. Get the GMB link. Well, I'll just go to this, and I'm not a robot. Okay, so where was I? And I've put this together over a period of months, and Um, I update it all the time because Yaks continues to change, and so does Schema Writer. And so I forgot where I was going. Oh, secondary URLs in the web result. So let me do this. Secondary URLs in the web result. So I'll grab this, and we're just going to go to maps, and we see them here. And then there's some below the reviews, you've got web results. These are the secondary results that Google is showing, and that's what these are. Why do we do that? Because it's Google obviously associates these with this particular GMB, and so we grab those, and they didn't grab the right thing here. I'm showing you a bad example. I never checked this. This is actually a competitor um, that we did a project on, and so they've messed some of this up, and I didn't check it. So, um, and then external audit links. This comes from GMB everywhere, which you'll see the same thing back up here. Somewhere in the GMB everywhere. So that's the level of detail that we're going into. And now in the next video, I'm going to show you the actual step-by-step process and the tutorials for all of this content that you're seeing here, and how we collect it.